everybody. Happy December. It's Emily Thompson here from Life Sew Savory, and I am so excited to be sewing with you today. We're going to be making a pretty simple top, but one that is so cozy and just absolutely perfect for the colder days. However, I will say that here it is 70 degrees today, so not so much cold as I'm just in the mindset that it's December, so I need to sew cozy. So anyway, I'm glad to be here with you today. I'm just going to go ahead and edit a couple things and update here, and then we're going to get started. So I have a super fun giveaway for you guys today to enter, so don't go anywhere. I'm going to give you information on that in about 2 minutes, and I'm so glad to see you guys here. I don't know if you saw yesterday, I was live on the Brother blog with Angela, and we had a great time sewing a Christmas stocking. So that was really fun, kind of getting more in the Christmas spirit. And yeah, now that it's December, I am starting to wrap my head around that fully. So I gave my kids this morning their advent calendars. So we almost always open up a new present on December 1st. So that was fun, and it started to feel like, okay, it's really getting close. We've had our tree up and things for probably a week now, but it's fun to do the other stuff as well. So I'm just gonna go ahead and edit the information in the post, and then we're gonna get started. Okay, so you can see in the description of the video that today we are going to be sewing up the women's Raglan sweatshirt, and I'm going to be making it out of cozy waffle fabric, which is just lovely. So if you have not checked it out, you can click through the link in the description of this video, and at the end of today's video, I'm going to be drawing to give away these two super cute little embroidery scissors. So I accidentally got two of these, so I'm gonna pass one on to you. And they're really cute. They have a leather guard, and they are curved embroidery scissors, but they're great for clipping any little threads, even if you don't embroider. So how to enter is leave any comment like, "You're fabulous," "This is great," "I hate this show," whatever you want to say. Please be nice. No, I'm not going to tell you what to say. So leave a comment and then share this video. So share it anywhere, to a craft group that you're in, a sewing group, to your personal timeline. Any of those will count. So in order to enter, you need to comment anything and then share this video. And if you do those two things, I will be going through and randomly picking one of the comments, verifying that you have shared, and then I will mail these to you, and the winner will be notified in the comment. I'll reply to your comment, and then I'll also private message you, okay? So share and comment, and you can win these scissors. Okay, so we are going to get started, and here is the adorable waffle fabric. It is like off-white. I think this color is maybe called oatmeal because it is, I don't know. I've kind of seen that used to describe this color. So anyway, that is what we're going to be sewing it out of today. And again, I've used the women's Raglan sweatshirt pattern, and that is linked in the description of this video. So if you don't already have it, you can check it out there. Such a versatile pattern. I've made myself one out of waffle and one out of a sweater knit, and it was so gorgeous. However, I will say the sweater knit that I used had like gold sort of flecks in it, and it's really, really a pretty fabric, but I recently wore it through airport security, and the metallic flecks in the sweatshirt set off the alarm, and I had to get an extra screening to get through security. So I would say don't wear any metallic sweaters to the airport. Unless you want to have additional screenings. Not so fun. But I'm just going to show you, this is a super easy sewing project. It's going to go so fast today, and we're going to put it together. So let me just show you the pieces that I have. So we have a shirt front cut on the fold. We have a shirt back cut on the fold. We have 2 cuffs cut on the fold. We have a bottom binding for around the waist. We have a neck band, and we have 2 sleeves not cut on the fold because they're actually a little bit different along the neckline. And I usually like to mark the front and the back, but let me just show you real easily how you can tell the difference. So if you lay this out flat, you will see that one side of the neckline of the sleeve, right, because a raglan sleeve, usually some of the neck is in the sleeve, is higher than the front. So this is the back. Okay, so we're going to sew that to the back of the shirt, and then we'll sew the lower part to the front of the shirt, which is how we're going to start. So I'm going to move all the bands and the bindings over here so that we can get started. I don't know why this is seeming like I can't fit everything in here right now that I want to. I don't mean to keep messing with it, but I kind of want to see my head as well as my sewing machine. Okay, so I'm going to find the front, and we're first going to sew the shirt to the front of this fabric. So you have to, this waffle fabric, I'm trying to determine, I think it's, it's pretty even. The front and the back, there's not a definite front and back, so we're just going to choose what we want to be our front and what we want to be our back, and then just be consistent in using that same side, okay? So I'm going to put a couple clips to attach one sleeve to the front at the shoulder seam. Now, raglan sleeves, have kind of that diagonal shoulder, right, from the neckline down to the armpit. But this is even more pronounced because it's a drop sleeve. So the armpits, that's not a correct term, but come quite a bit lower to just give it a loose and flowy feel. So this is actually quite a long seam along here because of the shape of the shirt. But that's what gives it its really fun, loose feel, and is going to just give us a fun shirt. So if you haven't seen this and you're wondering what does it look like, well, I should have worn it today. Instead, I was wearing this cute sweater. But you can click through the link in the description of this video, and you can go ahead and see what this is going to look like, what I'm talking about. So don't forget to enter the giveaway. I'm gonna try to plug this a few times. We're giving away these cute embroidery or thread clipping scissors. I don't know, Fashion. I don't know how you'd say the brand, but I accidentally got 2 of these, so I'm giving one away. I will mail it to you if you're the winner. And to enter, you simply need to comment any comment and then share this video anywhere. Your timeline, a friend's timeline, who you think might enjoy this, a sewing group you're in, anywhere you want. Give it a comment, give it a share, and then you could win. And I'll randomly draw at the end of today's show to check that out. So I am sewing the 2 front. I like to start with the front arms to the front piece of the shirt. And you all know, if you've watched me much, that I really like to sew the neckline on, not in a circle. I like to do it when it's open. And so, because because I will be using one of the open shoulders, I want to make sure that's one of the back shoulders. So I'm just attaching the two fronts first so I don't get confused and have a neckline seam showing here on the front. So glad so many of you are checking in and saying hi. And yeah, it's December 1st, so I'd love to know if you have any December 1st traditions. Does this kick off the holiday season for you? Have you been partying it up for a long time already? What are you doing to celebrate? So I had wrapped and ready to go December 1st presents for my family, and I gave my husband a Christmas puzzle because within the last couple, well, during when we were all sort of quarantined a couple of years ago, stuck at home, he discovered a love for puzzles, and I had always done a lot of puzzles, and his family has done a lot of puzzles, but he was never into it, but now he's into it. So I gave him a new Christmas puzzle, and then I gave the kids Advent calendars. So I found, a friend actually found this one that's horse crafts, and every day you either open this little horse ornament or the paint and glitter and things to like decorate it, and my daughter is obsessed with horses, so she has that, which will not only be a fun countdown but will also be some crafts for her to work on. And then the boys got one that is those metal like brain teaser things that you have to try and get apart, a new one every day, and then a Lego one. And they love the Lego ones, but those are pricey. So I only got one this year. And so they're going every other day between the brain teasers and the Lego. So what do you do to celebrate December 1st? Any special things or ideas or traditions? I love to hear them. Okay, so here's the front and a sleeve, and again the front, another sleeve, and then the back. So at this point, I am going to sew it together sew this neckline while it's open. And before you sew the neckline, you do want to make sure you have 4 pieces. So, and it should be every other one to make sure this goes correctly together in the end. So 2 sleeves, a front and a back. And again, make sure the sleeves are not next to each other, but that they are opposite the sleeve front, sleeve back. And again, I like leaving one of the back shoulder seams open because then that's where this seam will hide. And it's not really hiding, but it will be in the back and not the front. So I am going to, I don't always do this, but I just want to make sure that hopefully this lines up. I'm going to pin on or clip on both ends because this is like it looks like a huge neckline right now. And then, so I want this binding to kind of pull it all together, right? So I'm going to go and mark it in the center. This waffle knit is a really thin one that I'm using right here. So I'm hoping actually that this neck binding will have a good enough stretch recovery to actually keep this neckline all together because I don't want it to be stretched out, right? Nothing worse than a stretched out neckline. But just the way it seems so loose. So that is why I'm maybe giving this an extra little bit of love because I want to make sure that it hopefully is evenly distributed and will pull this all together. So often I just like sew and stretch as I go, and I totally love that. But this is actually a gift as well. So sometimes I'm a little more cautious when I'm not sewing for myself, because when I'm sewing for myself, I just, can do whatever and know that it's going to be for me. So I'm being a little more cautious about this. All right. So I'm going to sew and stretch this neck binding on, or neck band on. And at this point, you should be working with 3 raw edges of fabric. We have 2 from my neck and 1 from the shirt. And I am stretching the neck to meet the shirt. And because this fabric is so thin, like I said, I am having to stretch out this neck band quite a bit, but I'm hoping it pulls it all back together. I feel like it has pretty good recovery after it's been stretched, so I'm really hoping that it gives this neckline some definement and isn't all stretched out. So I did something today that I don't normally do very often, especially in the winter, and I did change my serger thread to match this project because it's such a beautiful cream color, and I didn't want to ruin it with the black thread that I had on there, even though I get super lazy about changing my serger thread, and it's usually on the inside and you don't see it anyway, but I did go ahead and change it to cream thread so that hopefully this would go together well. So I think that is on there looking pretty nice. So there's the neckline, and hopefully it will stay together well. So the next thing that we're going to do is sew that last quarter of the shoulder together. So we sewed 3 of the shoulders, and now we're sewing that 4th one, which will also join the neck together. And then sew down to the underarm. And this shirt is designed to be very loose and not very fitted at all. So it is a little bit more fitted at the waistband, but again, not super. We are looking for a loose top that is just comfy. Now I do want to make one note about the pattern. So I have noticed, because I've made several of these now, that some of the sizes, the arm piece is a little bit longer than the shoulder seam, okay? So obviously I didn't get my measurements exactly right when I was combining those 2 pattern pieces. And again, I don't think this is on all the sizes because I've made different sizes and it hasn't happened on all. But okay, so I have about 1 inch extra here of the arm hanging off the shirt at the shoulder. So I am simply going to trim it, okay? So this isn't a mistake. If you happen to have that same problem, don't worry about it. You're just gonna go ahead and trim it off and ease it into the seam when you get there. So don't stress about it. If it's not equal, it happens. But I am not a perfectionist and I'm not above just cutting the piece off. So that's what we're gonna do. Okay, so now we have the sleeve bands, and we can put these on both while the sleeve is open, right? So we have, find the sleeves, we have the end of the sleeve. We could put the cuff on now, or we can sew the side seam and put the cuff on in a circle. And I, have been more going back and forth between both ways. And I think today I'm gonna do it in the circle for you, but I did just realize I did not go ahead and finish the neckline. So we have this loose serger tail here where we sewed the neck together, and I do just want to quick tuck that into the seam so that it's not loose and that I don't accidentally just cut it, and it keeps it all together. Okay, so there we go. So, all right, we're gonna do one more plug for the giveaway today. It's not a big one, but we are giving away these really cute little thread clipping scissors. They are curved a little bit on the end for thread clipping, for embroidery, or other cute threads. and they have little faux leather cases. So in order to be entered for the giveaway for this set, you get both. You simply need to leave a comment of any kind and share this video anywhere. So a group, a page, a friend's page, wherever you want will count. And then at the end of this, I will be drawing for a winner and contacting you with a private message on Facebook to collect and send your prize. Okay? So enter if you haven't already. I will mention it one more time at the end, but that's what we're gonna do today. So the next step is to sew the side seams, okay? So I'm gonna sew from the end of the sleeve. When you get to that underarm, you wanna make sure that the underarm is lined up, and then down the side of the shirt. And then we'll just have the bottom band and the cuffs. And again, this shirt goes together so easily. Plus it can be made from a variety of fabrics and it's just super cozy. Like I said, I have 2 versions of it and I have been wearing them all the time this fall. So I love them both so much. Okay, so make sure those underarm seams line up. You need to trim a little bit because you had extra fabric, like I mentioned. You can do that, and then just gonna go ahead and cut the end. So now we have one side of our shirt, and you can see how low the arm is and how small the side seam is, but that is the design of this comfy, cozy, loose fit shirt. And it does really look so great when it's on. Okay, so now we're gonna sew the other arm, the other sleeve. This fabric is so thin and stretchy, so I'm trying to make sure that I'm not stretching it out while I'm sewing it, because we don't want that. All right, so down to the underarm seam, and then down the side of the shirt. I think all my patterns, I put an asterisk next to that because I can't guarantee that. But I almost always sew everything with a 3/8 inch, 1 centimeter seam allowance. And so that's the way my patterns are designed too. So this one is definitely that way, but my statement of all may or may not be correct. So don't quote me on that one if you find one that's not. So, hi Arnell. Okay, so we are now going to do the cuffs. Okay, so with right sides together, I'm going to fold this cuff, and then I've been using the double fold method. I think you do this, right? And then we open it up. Okay, so let me show you one more time. So you usually fold the cuff. This is a single seam folded cuff. Okay, so fold it from side to side. Okay, stretch goes this way, and then fold it from top to bottom. Stretch is still going this way. Then we're gonna sew that side seam, and at this point you have 4 layers of fabric that you are sewing through. But when we finish, it's going to be a magic cuff. And if you haven't tried this cuff method, you're totally missing out, because it's so fun to then turn this right side out and see your perfect cuff with only a single seam here and not a folded double seam. Because if you just sewed that full side seam, then you would have, when you folded it over, you'd actually have 2 layers of the stitching inside. So this is fun and easy, and if you fold it right, turns out great. If you fold it wrong, then you actually can't use it as a cuff at all. And don't ask me how I know that, but yes, I have folded it wrong before and then thought, why is this not turning? Oh, because it's It's not right. Okay, so we're stretching the cuff into the end of the arm. And again, we're sewing 3 layers of fabric, 2 of the cuff, 1 of the shirt. I'm stretching the cuff as I sew to fit into this opening. And we want to see my beautiful cuff. Ta-da! Okay, so a nice cuff on the end of the sleeve. Let's repeat that one more time. Okay, so our first fold is side to side. Okay, your direction of stretch is going this way, but I didn't do it right. Your direction of stretch is still going side to side. So make sure you have that right. I was about to do it wrong. Then you fold top to bottom, and then you sew these 4 raw edges together to create that cuff. And when you turn it out, turn it right side out, you magically have a perfectly folded cuff. Ta-da! Okay, so super fun. I'm just wanting to try this. Yeah, it's not too tight, not too loose, still enough I can push up a little bit. And then we're gonna grab the other end of the sleeve, okay? And we're going to put this cuff, so I'm aligning the seams that I've sewn, the cuff and the shirt, and that's where I'm putting a clip, and then I'm kind of stretching across to find the opposite side, and I'm just starting to sew. So on these cuffs, I don't have a lot of room to put a bunch of clips because they just end up getting in the way. So I'm actually just putting one and then stretching to the second point and then clipping it. Now, I don't have to stretch a lot to get this cuff to fit. Sometimes, you know, you have to stretch your cuff an awful lot. So if I had to stretch it more, I probably would be putting more clips to make sure it was evenly distributed. But again, we're barely just stretching it a little bit to the end of the sleeve. So let's turn this baby right side out and see what we are looking at. It is looking so, so cute. Okay, so we have 1 sleeve, 2 sleeves, and a very cute top. So let me just real quick show you how this is gonna look on. We still have the bottom band to put on, so don't run away yet, but you can see how it's loose and flowy, but still gonna be so, so cute. Okay, so the sleeves are plenty long, right? Was gonna give us a nice look when we're done. The neckline came together nicely, and then we're gonna put that bottom band on there to bring it all together. Okay, so that is what we have, and we're almost finished. Okay, so now we're gonna take the bottom band, and it's cut on the fold. So I'm simply going to sew it right sides together on the short end to create a circle. And once we have the circle, okay, then we can put that and insert it into the bottom of the shirt. Okay, so let's look at the bottom of the shirt. And I have my one side here that's the seam. I'm gonna mark the opposite side because we'll put those on the side seams. So then the next thing we're going to do is fold it in half with the wrong sides together, and then match this up on the right side of the shirt. Okay, so we've done that side, and then I'm going to come around here where I have my other half marked. Okay, and then I'm going to place that on the right side of the other side seam. And now you can just work your way around to the sides. You might have to stretch the bottom band slightly to fit the bottom of the shirt, but not a lot. It's made to be pretty equal with just maybe slightly smaller. What is going on here? Okay. Okay, so just work my way in, put a few clips around. This fabric is very lovely, but I am finding it to be kind of stretchy, weird, I don't know. I've definitely sewed with, there's like so many different kinds of waffles now. There's brushed waffle, there's waffle sweater knit, there's regular waffle. So I'm thinking this is the regular, but I don't know. I've bought so much in the last couple of years, I'm not exactly sure what I even have in my stash anymore. Okay, so we're gonna sew the bottom band on to complete this top, okay? So we'll just sew around. Once again, you are sewing 3 raw edges together. So we have 2 from the band and 1 from the shirt, and we are putting it all together to finish the project. And I will say this is my absolute favorite kind of project when I can sew the entire thing on the serger and never once have to go to any other machine. That's why I love puffs so much, because they're just so easy to put on. You could, of course, sew this without. My bottom layers getting a little bit out of there. Come back and check that spot. I'm not sure if oh no, there's a little hole there. What was I saying? Oh, if you don't have a serger and want to sew this with knit fabric, you can totally sew this whole thing on your regular sewing machine. Just make sure that you are using a zigzag or a knit stitch so that your fabric can still stretch. This shirt is loose enough to also make with a less stretchy fabric. So you can, I think, I might try it sometime in sweatshirt fleece, you know, that only has like a 20% stretch. And I think because of the loose fit, it would still work. So many fabrics that would work great with this. French terry, other comfy, cozy fabrics. So I did see, yes, right here. I missed the a little bit of the shirt. It got away from me when I was putting it together. Okay, here we go. Let's take a look, and we're going to talk about the giveaway one more time. So if you haven't heard, stay tuned. I'm giving a little something fun away today. Hopefully if I don't tip my camera over first. Okay, so here is the cute sweatshirt. Don't you just love it? It is so adorable. Just close this a little bit. Okay, I just love it so much. And this color is super cozy. Found a thread. So anyway, I'm excited to give this away. Kind of making a few Christmas gifts here and things for people that I've been wanting to do. So I might shorten this sleeve a little bit. I have to go back and see. Yeah, the sleeve just seems a little bit long. So I might be taking a look at that. But super cute, and it turned out great from there. Okay, so one more time, if you didn't hear, we are giving away these cute embroidery scissors. They have curved, sharp, small tips. I accidentally got 2 of them, so I'm gonna share one with you. And they have a little faux leather case, and there are 2 in this pack. So to be entered to win, all you need to do is comment any comment on this post and then share this video anywhere on Facebook, to a group, to your page, to a friend, to be entered to win. And I'll probably do that drawing in about 20 minutes from now, and then contact the winner via a private message on Facebook. So enter to win. Thank you for joining me today. And if you're looking for a super quick and easy top to sew, the women, I'm about to sneeze. It's right up my nose. The women's Raglan sweatshirt is your friend for a quick and easy sew and a really cute look. So don't miss out. Check it out. It's a fun one. You're gonna love it, and I will see you next time. I will definitely, I think I'm planning to do a live show next week, and then I might be taking a few weeks off for the holidays. But I will definitely get another one in before Christmas. So thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I can't wait to find out who's getting these scissors. Bye.